Like this, I'll be working with this cone size bead, but you can work with any size of bead of your choice. I'll be using a 70 ml fishing line, sometimes you write 0.7 or 0.7 is the same thing. Then I also need scissors, of course, or anything to cut my fishing line, and a flat nose to pull it so it can be firm. So what you're going to do first now, you're going to pick 4 bead. You can put it in any side of the fishing line, either the right or the left. And then you will cross to the 4th one. Look at how I cross in case you're a beginner. You put it at opposite direction and pull it all the way down. So it gives us this. So what you do next, you put 1 bead on your right, 1 bead on your left. Then you pick another bead in any direction you cross with it. So this is 1 bead on the right now. This is another one on the left. Now just pick any one, put it in any of the fishing line, and then I'll cross opposite direction. That's how to cross. Our advice as a beginner, please do not cut a rope that is too long so it doesn't confuse you. So this is what we'll have. So that's why I'm going to continue all the way up. 1 bead at the left, 1 at the right, and then I'll cross with 1. So I've gotten to the end of it, and if you count, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can make it longer depending on what you want. So next I'm going to pick 3 beads. So instead of putting 1 here, 1 there across to the second one, I'll load all the 3 on 1 fishing line. And I'm going to pick this fishing line and cross with the 3rd bead I loaded there. Using that. Man, so be really careful with this folding thing. It can confuse, but don't worry, you get it. So I'm using that. Always pull your work so it's tight. So after doing this other fishing line now, not this one, this other fishing line, I'm going to put 3 there because the goal is for me to turn and make it face this place. So this fishing line facing outside, not facing the bead, I'm going to load another 3 and pass with the 3rd one. So this is 1, 2, 3, and then I'll pass to the 3rd one and cross rather. So can you see it's already looking like this? This is what it gives us. So the next thing you will do is this fishing line beside the bead, not the one outside it. You will pass it into this. Are you seeing? You pass it into this just like this. Yeah. And then for this other outside bead, the fishing line wouldn't pass. You add 2 beads there and cross to the second one. 1, 2, and cross to the second like this. And then you continue again. This fishing line that's beside the bead, you pass it into this. Just 1. Pull it out. This other one you put 2, and that's what you do all the way up. So when we get up, I'll show you what we do next. So I've gotten up, remaining this last one, so I want to show you how to turn again. So you pick this fishing line closest to the bead, pass into this. So now instead of loading the bead on this fishing line, you load on this one because we want to turn. So here I'm going to put 2 beads. And then I'll cross to the second one. Are you seeing? So what I'll do next is on this fishing line, this one, I'm going to put, now this is how you know the one to put. See, once you just turn it like this, remember we want it to curve like this. So this is fishing line, you're loading 3 beads here. 1, 2, 3, and then the 3rd one you cross. So whenever you want to turn, that's just a process to go through. So can you see that our bead is facing up back? So we'll continue the same process of passing our fishing line into this. Passing our fishing line into this. And then loading 2 at this bead, the one that is outside. And cross to the second one. And that's how you continue all the way up. When you want to turn again, you follow this process. Please always ensure you pull your work. You pull it pretty tight. That makes it very firm. Well, firm. It makes it very firm. Yeah, firm is the correct pronunciation. Okay, so you just continue like that. So guys, I'm about to finish my fishing line, so I just decided to show you how to end it and how to add a new fishing line. So I'm almost getting to, okay, that's not the end. So I'll just I'm trying to see if this fishing line can help me finish this layer, so I won't have to add a fresh fishing line to finish the layer. Okay, so this is the last of the base I want to make. Stop disturbing now. So this is the last of the base I want to make. If you want to make more, you can always continue to extend it. So here I'll add 1 and 2 and cross to the second one. So now this is how you would finish your fishing line. So I'm just going to pass it. Normally I would have left a longer rope, but I guess I'm just going to pass it in and pull it with my flat nose. If you have a round nose is best for this job. While I was recording this video, I've searched for my round nose everywhere, like I just can't find that tiny thing, so I had to use flat nose. So can you see I'm pulling it in? Now for some people, they might pull it in and then connect it and tie it. So if you think the pulling won't do the job for you, you can just tie. So just pass it in. And also if you leave a long fish line, you can continue to pass it in as much as you want instead of tying, because I feel tying doesn't always give a neat job. So pick my cutter. So next I'll pick another fishing line, and so now it's time for me to want to build the walls. So now normally, because I want to build the walls, I can put my fishing line anywhere I want. But so you don't get confused, if you were turning again, let's say you wanted to expand it, you put your fishing line here. You put your fishing line here, add your 3 here, add your 3 in this fishing line, cross, and then turn again. But I'm not turning. I want to build the walls. So if you want to build the walls, this is how you go about it. You know, we have 1 here. So we'll go back to how we were doing it first. You pick 3 beads. I'm not turning, I'm building walls. If you're turning, I already told you what to do. So put 3. And you cross with the third one. Make sure you put your fishing line to be equal. You don't want one longer than the other. So can you see? So what I'll do next is pass this fishing line close to the bead to this one and add 2. So after passing it, I'll pick 2 now, and I'm going to put it at the side that has the bead here, where the fishing line is. So the rule is whatever fishing line you pass through it, you don't put bead here. So if I pass with this fishing line, I put bead in the other side, and then I'll just cross with the second one.
You see? So that's how I'll continue all the way around. Once I'm about to close, I will show you guys what to do. So pass one fishing line by this side, put 2 and cross, and you take it all the way around. So I've gotten to the end. So this is how I'm going to join it. So can you see? So instead of passing only, I'm going to pass here and here, and then I'll close to just one bead. Now pass. And then, so after passing into 2, I'll pick one bead and I'll cross. Can you see that? You see that we're done with level 1. So to continue level 3, level 2 rather, I'll pick 3, pardon me. Pick 3 bead, load it on one side and cross just like we did initially, and cross. See, then I'll pass into this one. Please always remember to pull your work pretty tight. If not, your bag is just going to be very loose and won't have stamina. So after passing, I'll pick 2 into the fishing line I did not pass. Pick 2, and then I'll cross with the second one. You see that? I continue again, pass. So that's how I'll continue. So that's just how to build your wall. So you can make it as high as you want. Once it gets to the end, you pass the fishing line into 2 bead and cross with 1. So I want to show you how to add rope again, because I know some of you might be like, okay, when you get to this side, how do you do it again? It's the same procedure. Pick your fishing line, pass it all the way down. And it's because of this reason that I use a 0.70 fishing line. If it was a 0.80 or a 0.90, it would be difficult to pass it all the way down, because fishing line will be pretty thick. So the size of the bead you are working with also determines the side or the size of the fishing line you are using. So if you are working with a bead that is quite heavier than these with larger holes, then you can work with a 0.80 fishing line or 0.90. Next, I'll pick another fishing line. Okay, I'm thinking I should just use everything since I'm almost done with that. So this is what you do. This is what you do. If you remember, this was where we are. So you put your fishing line inside this one, bring it out from this one. Okay, that doesn't help. And you continue. Actually, you never added any fishing line. So you pick 2 bead at this side, put it, and then you cross with second one. This rope is pretty long. And then you cross. So can you see? It's pretty twisted. Okay, yeah, so I've untwisted it. So that's how you continue again. Pick your fishing line, pass it, and that's how you go. Okay, so I've gotten to the end and I've done this. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did 9. If you want it longer, you could do 10 or as long as you want it. So I'll show you how I did these edges, because that's where our handle is going to be. So when I got to the end, all I just did was I just passed the fishing line inside out, and I cut a fresh one, not too long. We won't be needing something long. And to achieve this V shape, I'm going to put it here. The third one, I'm going to ignore this. I'll put it here. So I'll put the fishing line, and then at this side of the fishing line, I'm going to load 3 and cross with the third bead. Cross with the third one, then I'll pass to the one next to it, and I'll add 2 and I'll cross with the second bead, and also I'll pass to the third one again. Now, instead of adding, because I want to turn, I want it to have this V-like shape, I'm going to load here and cross to the second one because I want to turn. I hope you haven't forgotten how we turn. So I'll cross to the second one. So to achieve my cone shape, I'm going to pass this fishing line all the way around until it comes here. So I'll just pass this one here. So this one too, I'll pass it around. Pass it here. Now this is not compulsory, it's just to make it finer. So if you want, you can just do the handle clean and direct like that. And bring it up, and so yes, I've brought it here. So I'll just pick 3 bead now. You can load in anywhere since this is the end, and then you cross with the third bead. So can you see that we've achieved a cone like shape? So you know the rules, you just pass it all the way down. Okay, so we have that cone shape, but this is really not necessary. You can have it like this. For example, this does not have it, it's just plain like that. And by looking at this, I'm sure you know how to make it. Do you? Alright, so what you do next is grab fishing line, and then just load your pearl bead. Can you see? And then we'll load 16 of this in. So I've loaded 16, and yeah, 16 is just perfect. So now once you get here, you just separate your fishing line and pass at opposite direction. I should cut this other one so it doesn't confuse. So pass the fishing line at opposite direction and pull. Yeah. So you know the rules, will pass it, but because this is the handle, you want it to be a bit firm. So when you pass, you're going to look for how to connect it so you can give it a tie. Yeah, I want to make sure it's firm enough. So since I've brought it together now, I'm going to have to tie it because it's the handle. Tie like a second, like 3 times, firm tie, and then I can now pass the fishing line as much as I want to. So that's it.